Hi, Starlah, and this is my review of Megan that I just saw today. Directed by Gerard Johnstone and produced by James Wan, Jason Blum, and some other people. Screenplay by some other people, but story also partially by James Wan. I feel like this was just another really fun project like Malignant. He's done all of his movies, he's made his mark, and now it's time to make the stuff that's fun. Not saying you don't want it to be successful, but I feel like this is just making the movie that you want to make, which is a great place to be as a person that makes movies, a movie maker. And with a $12 million budget, I think they did a good job to make this vision come alive. Much like the AI doll Megan. Megan stands for Model 3 Generation Android. So the premise of the movie is a young girl has to go and live with her aunt after a fatal accident. Her aunt is a woman that makes robotic toys for a company, and she's working on a secret project that she thinks can help soothe her niece a little bit through her loss. And that's where we get Megan. Megan is an American girl doll meets Chucky Child's Play, but there are definite tones in this movie about grief and loss, what it looks like being thrown into a situation that you didn't imagine, even if it's not an ideal situation, and what happens when we start to rely too much on technology, especially in the parts of humanity that require much more human connection. Overall, I thought the movie was a fun time. It's not a deep movie, it's not too heavy, it's PG-13, so they don't show too much. But I didn't mind that they didn't show as much because it's not really a movie that needed it. Megan herself was the star. She's creepy. Her little glitchy moments, but with the sweet voice of a child voice actor or a Disney princess or something. But it still has tension, so it's not a pure horror movie. It's pretty funny. I don't know if that was all intentional or not. It's pretty funny. Of course, there's a little bit of a sci-fi element, thriller element, and satire. Gemma in the movie, I think, does represent a type of character we don't see as much in film because she does represent the person that is really into their career, their passion projects. They probably never plan to have kids, and they're okay with the life that they have. However, even if it's difficult being thrown into a parenting situation, like many people would probably step up to their best ability, but it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. And since she is a person that knows how to build robots and toys, what better than to give her niece a gift that no other child in the world has that can be a true companion to soothe her a little bit, especially during a really hard time. I think the child did a pretty good job of showing how up and down it could be. Some days are good, some days are bad when dealing with loss. I do think she got away with a little bit more in the name of, oh, she's going through something. I think she was too old to be throwing fits a bit, but it's also understandable. Not excusable, but it is understandable. Without spoiling the movie, I do think it was still a pretty fun ride. Not everything is perfectly explained, but Megan does kind of explain through that a little bit. But you do get a nice sort of, battle in there. There are some scenes where people no longer exist. But again, it's not shown, so I do think you could see this with a younger crowd. It's going to probably cover a mass of an audience. It's not too creepy. It's not really a scary movie. It was just a fun time and a good movie to start the year off with in theaters. It's not something you probably have to see in theaters cinematically. It's regular. It's pretty normal, but I did enjoy Megan and I will rewatch it in the future. I also wouldn't mind if there is a sequel, but maybe no more than a sequel. Doesn't need it, but it would be fun to see how much more she could evolve since she is a self-learning sort of mechanism. But thank you for watching, and subscribe if you fancy, and I'll see you next time.